Well, it was soon to be Queen Martha of the Square Table's birthday, and her brave knights of the Square Table, Sir Swaggeralot, Sir Kipalot, Sir Forgetalot, and Sir Burpalot, were all planning a special party for her. Now Harold the Herald, with his trumpet, was going to go round all the local towns and villages and announce to everyone that they were invited to the party. But Queen Martha had a very special best friend, and that best friend, her name was Gerlin, and she was a magician, and she had known Queen Martha since she was a tiny little baby. Now everyone else in the kingdom used to get a little bit older every year, but because Gerlin was magic, she didn't seem to age at all. Now she did have a little house on the edge of the woods, and also a big hollow tree that she sometimes stayed in, but otherwise she'd be wandering through the lands helping people with her magic. The knights were trying to decide how they would manage to invite her. "Well," said Sir Swaggeralot, "I can't possibly go. I'm organising the whole thing, you know." "Yes, what about you, Sir Forgetalot? Would you be able to go?" "Oh, don't think so," said Sir Forgetalot. "I'm organising the orchestra. I'm organising the orchestra. I've got a lute, a flute, a harp, and a serpent, and all I need now is one of those things that you drum on. A drum, yeah. I can't possibly go." "What about you, Sir Burpalot?" "Oh, well, said Sir Burpalot, "I couldn't possibly go. I'm organising all the food, all those cream cakes and trifles and pancakes and things. I've got too much to do." "Well, it looks like it's up to you, Sir Kipalot. You'll have to deliver the invitation." "Oh," said Sir Kipalot, "I'll go tomorrow." "You can't go tomorrow," said Sir Swaggeralot. "This invitation needs to be given to Gerlin as soon as possible. The best thing to do is to go and find her house in the woods, and if she's not there, try the oak tree. Otherwise, I don't know where we're going to find her. She could be wandering anywhere. You'd better set off now." "Oh, all right," said Sir Kipalot. "Have I got time for a little snooze first?" "No." "Oh, okay. I'll go then," he said. And he mounted his steed, because that's what they called horses in those days, and off he went. Well, he got into the woodlands and he found the path that led to Gerlin's little cottage. But when he got to the cottage, it was starting to get dark and there were no lights on. So he knocked on the door. No one in. "What shall I do?" he said. "I know. I shall have a little sleep by the gatepost, and if Gerlin comes home, I shall give her the invitation." So Sir Kipalot sat down by the gatepost and leaned back and went to sleep. Meanwhile, a big wild wolf came along. And the wolf came along and it saw Sir Kipalot, and he said, "Ah, there's a knight here sleeping. He looks a bit tough with that armour on though. I'll sniff him." Well, Sir Kipalot felt the wolf sniffing him, and he sort of woke up and said, Oh, Gerlin, is that you? Oh, you're wearing a fur coat. I've got this invitation for you, Gerlin." "Oh, God, it's an invitation to the Queen's birthday party, and she would so love you to come. Here, take it." Well, the wolf had never been invited to a party before. "Oh. At the castle? Oh, there'll be loads of people there. Oh, there'll be lots of little children, little chubby cheeks and little chubby legs. If I can get into the castle, I'll have myself a real party," he said. So off he went. Well, on the day of the party, everything was ready. Everybody was there. All the villagers were there, all the townsfolk were there, all the knights were there, And everybody had turned up, and the Queen was so pleased. Queen Martha was having a lovely time. When suddenly at the gates arrived the wolf. I've come to the party, he said. Well, the men on the gate, Zip and Button, said, stand back. We'll draw our swords. No wolves allowed in the party. Don't be ridiculous. Go back to the forest where you belong. This is the Queen's birthday party. I've got an invitation, said the wolf. Oh, well, this all seems in order, actually. Yeah, yes, go in, they said. Well, the wolf went into the castle. Where are those little children with their chubby cheeks and their chubby legs? Anyway, when he arrived, some of the knights saw him and they couldn't believe that there was a wolf in the castle. Immediately they went to draw their swords. But Sir Swaggeralot said, I say, you can't do this, you can't draw swords and you can't cause a fight in the middle of the Queen's birthday party. What on earth are you going to do? Look, it'll spoil the party. Just act as if everything's normal. So Sir Burpalot, being very clever, said to the wolf, I say, come here, wolf, come here. Come and sit with me, will you? Come and sit at the table with me. Look at all this food. Oh, said the wolf, I'd rather go and sit with the children. But Sir Burpalot wouldn't have it. He said, no. Oh, excuse me. No, he said, come and sit here, look. There's cream horns here, look. Pastry with cream, fresh cream, and jam inside. Try some of these. So the wolf started to eat. Cream horn, I've never had a cream horn before. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Oh, here, said Sir Burpalot. What about a pancake? Or two. We have syrup and honey from our own beehives. Wow, the wolf really enjoyed his food. Sir Burpalot kept stuffing him with food and stuffing him with food and stuffing him with food until he was full of cream cakes, trifle, right up to here. He couldn't eat another thing. His tummy was all puffed out and he was worn out with eating. Right, said Sir Burpalot, pick him up and carry him outside the castle and dump him in the bushes. So the guards picked up the wolf and carried him out of the castle and dumped him in the bushes. The party went on as usual. It was lovely, but Gerlin didn't arrive. She hadn't had an invitation, had she? The Queen had had a lovely party, she said, but she was a little bit disappointed that Gerlin hadn't arrived. Anyway, at the end of the party, when everybody was going home, Sir Swaggeralot and all the other knights were wondering how a wolf came to have an invitation. I say, said Sir Swaggeralot, Sir Kipalot, are you sure you delivered your invitation to Gerlin? Oh yeah, said Kipalot. I'm sure. I waited outside her house, you know, and I was having a little snooze, and she came along just as it was getting dark. And I thought it was a bit funny because it was a warm night and she had a fur coat on, you know, and a fur hat and fur mittens, and a fur tail. Oh, a fur tail? Oh no! He'd given the invitation to the wolf. Well, Sir Kipalot was very upset, but the other knights said, it's okay, don't worry. The Queen didn't notice there was anything wrong, so the party was a success in the end. Well, the wolf was outside in the bushes, and eventually he woke up. I think now it's time for those little children with their chubby cheeks and their chubby legs, he said. Hang on a minute. I'm outside the castle and the party's finished. Back to the woods for me then.